Guys, was I wrong about Assassin's Creed Shadows? Earlier on in the year, the start of the year, I did a video where I was ranking how excited I was for games that were coming this year. And I had my little Z category where I was like, I'm going to avoid these games at all costs. And I put Assassin's Creed Shadows in there. And the reasoning being was simple. To me, Assassin's Creed for a long time now has just not done anything new. And that's such a wanky fucking thing to say. Because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I do believe in the sentiment of that statement. But personally, I kind of felt like Assassin's Creed was broken. Every time I would try and dip into an Assassin's Creed, like every time a new big mainline Assassin's Creed title comes out, I'm like, nah, not super interested in it. But then in a moment of downtime when I don't have other games on the go, I'm like, okay, it's on Game Pass, whatever, I'll try it out. So, for example, when I played Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I had not long since played God of War. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla was like the God of War that we have at home. Do you know what I'm saying? And I tried Assassin's Creed Odyssey as well, and I quite liked Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but the thing is, Ubisoft themselves released Immortals Phoenix Rising, which is really similar to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's like Assassin's Creed Odyssey with a Breath of the Wild skin over the top of it. And I actually think that's a much, much better game. In fact, I would go as far as saying that is one of the most underrated games out there. And I think it was Assassin's Creed Origin that they moved to this like hitbox melee system, similar to, you know, a lot of hack and slash games. But they've just never really done it as well as the other games that are on the market, in my opinion. And so every time there's been an Assassin's Creed game out, there's been a better alternative for me, sometimes much better. And so when I saw them announce Assassin's Creed Shadows, I was like, here we fucking go. How many phenomenal samurai games are out there at the moment? And how many not so good samurai games are out there at the moment? And even now, how many samurai games are still in development? And so it was kind of like, I don't know, it was just kind of like this, almost like a bitter taste in my mouth that I was like, of course, Assassin's Creed are coming in now and doing a fucking samurai game. On the tail end of Rise of the Ronin and Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yotei coming soon, all of that sort of shit. Yeah, I think I was just a bit like, here we go. It's going to be one of these things again where it's like just a sort of like a dumbed down, less interesting version of games that already exist. And guess what? That's exactly what it fucking is. Now, the problem here is that reviewers can't seem to make their fucking mind up about whether this is a good game or a bad game. Some places have torn this game to shreds. DualShockers giving this game a 5.5 out of 10. Assassin's Creed is a bloated collection of uninspired quests that quickly turn into a repetitive, boring grind. While the art and history teams deserve recognition for their efforts, it's all unfortunately wasted on a narrative that goes nowhere. It's poorly explained and no satisfying resolution. None of the changes and tweaks that Ubisoft have brought to the table move the needle, and the game is ultimately more frustrating than it is fun. This is a game that desperately needed to succeed and instead collapses under its own weight. Future Assassin's Creed releases need to innovate instead of being yet another rehash of games we've already played in different locations. There are other open world games in similar settings that are much more worthy of your time. DualShockers, you are on my wavelength, guys. This is exactly the point that I was making at the beginning of the year. This is exactly what I thought the game was going to be. So I saw this review and I saw the Game Ranks review, which was pretty much the same thing. But then I'm seeing like this from VG247, Assassin's Creed Shadows review, how Ubisoft learned to stop worrying and embrace imperfection. And this was given a 100 score, a 5 out of 5 stars. The best score you can give. Now, do I trust this review? Nah, I don't. But only because it says here, 5 stars, for every crack, there's a layer of gold. That in itself insinuates that there are cracks in the game, making the 5-star review a contradiction. But nonetheless, these guys have played this game and these guys think this game is fucking amazing. This is a German publication here that's given it a 90 out of 100 score, but I ain't got a fucking clue what it says. This one shocked me a lot. This was NME. NME said Assassin's Creed Shadows, a bold new era for the historical action series. And again, 5 stars. Surely fucking not, right? Surely fucking not. How are we giving Assassin's Creed Shadows 5 stars, guys? Come on. God of War exists out there. You putting that game up there with that? I don't know. I'm here to say that I could well be wrong. I still don't think that it's 100 out of 100 score 5 fucking stars though. Surely not. Assassin's Creed Shadows is the series refresh badly needed after Valhalla, showcasing a huge technical and visual upgrade alongside a new gameplay blueprint. A fantastic story and well-developed characters ground the game in a believable era of Japan that is fun to explore. It confidently set the standard for the next games in the franchise. Pros: strong plot, excellent characters and amazing performance, gorgeous visuals and impressive world design, flexible gameplay with 2 distinct play styles. Cons: objectively broad, is slightly complicated to navigate. But look, those are the harsh ends of either side of the spectrum. Where most of the critic reviews are coming in, I like these 80s and 90s scores. Like, those are high fucking scores, man. And what's getting me rattled is like, all of these people surely can't be wrong. I think that what Assassin's Creed Shadows probably has going for it is the very fact that it is a samurai game. These open world samurai RPGs are so fun to play. They're all based around tight, precise parrying mechanics, dodging, moving, stealth. And that's probably why we see so many of these types of games getting made right now, because as long as the development studio has the tools to create something that plays well, then the blueprint is kind of a winning formula. From what I'm seeing, it looks like the story is coming into question quite a lot in a lot of these reviews. People are saying the story is kind of bland and sucks. And that's kind of why the reviews are so, like, fucking all over the place, because for some people, that matters. And for other people, it really doesn't matter. And I kind of understand. Ghost of Tsushima, I thought the story was good in that game. I don't think it was amazing. But I still came away from that game thinking that was a fucking epic experience because the gameplay was so good. Like, playing the game was really fun. And, you know, stating the fucking obvious here, these are video games. They are things that you want to play. The forefront of all video games needs to be the gameplay. The gameplay has to be the thing that stands out from everything else in the game. Yeah, if we get a great story and narrative to go with it, then that's brilliant. And there are some games that have kind of gone the other way with it, and they've made stories that are so gripping and so good that the gameplay is kind of like, you know, it's the B section to it. I don't want to fucking burn anyone's brains out here, but for me, The Last of Us is a perfect example of that. Look, they're some of my favorite games ever made, The Last of Us games, but the strength in those games is the storytelling, is the characters, and the gameplay is secondary. It's okay. But for Assassin's Creed Shadows, what it seems that critics are very, very split on is whether the story is essential or not to the gameplay experience. But here's the thing, if you're coming to video games for the story, is Assassin's Creed the franchise where you really want to be looking? Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but Assassin's Creed isn't exactly revered for its storytelling, right? And there really is nothing innovative being brought to new Assassin's Creed games, and I think for some reviewers that's what they wanted to see. But my concern now is that my bitterness about that is going to be the reason that I don't play potentially quite a good game, potentially a good samurai game as well, which are some of my favorite genre of games. Now, I've had some intel from friends and streamers that I watch that have been playing it, and honestly, all of them have said good things about it so far. One of them even said it's better than Ghost of Tsushima. I don't fucking know about that. But yeah, I might have to pick this game up, boys. I guess it kind of all hinges on Atomfall. If Atomfall turns out to be a disappointment, then I'm going to need something else to play on stream, so maybe we do pick up Assassin's Creed. We'll see. Atomfall, it's on you. You better make that shit good. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you've played Assassin's Creed. Let me know what you think about it, because I genuinely I'm undecided as to whether I should buy the game or not. And the reviews have done fucking nothing to help me out. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We've got to hit 1K this year, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.